Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
We're back with episode number 60.
Yes.
Yes. It's my favorite episode.
Really?
Yeah.
My favorite episode is 69.
Yeah, we're waiting for that.
Yeah,
That's
9
gonna
more.
be a hoot.
9 more weeks. Oh, I think Trump will be president
In 9 more weeks?
at episode 69.
Oh, shoot. We should figure that out ASAP. Figure out
Yeah.
how we can make that a collab.
A Trump 69 collab?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Dane is not with us today. He is, I don't know, he didn't give us an excuse. He just asked if we could do today's episode without him.
Yeah.
So speculate down below what you think it could be.
I think he freaking zipped his balls in his zipper in his pants.
Right, and they're stuck currently.
stuck.
That would explain it, like something embarrassing
Yeah.
that like he couldn't just sit through. Okay.
Literally couldn't sit through that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. He's waiting for the ambulance right now.
Yeah, the wambulance in his case.
Why? Because he's crying? Because
Yeah.
his nuts are zipped? Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, so we've missed a lot since last episode, or there's a lot to catch up on, I should say. CEO. Actually, let me phrase it this way. Guys, it's really fucking awesome because there wasn't a school shooting this past week.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Because everybody's
Well, there may have been, but
I
it
think
was
they're
certainly
probably-
overshadowed.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was recently
Yeah.
there was a horrific one recently.
Yeah. It wasn't a school, though, was it?
Yeah, it was.
It
It was some fucking asshole went to a playground of like I think it was elementary kids and shot 2 of them and then shot himself. Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Always some stupid fucking asshole. But I'm trying to phrase this in a way that doesn't come off as cold, but
It's okay to be a bit cold.
when it happened, my first thought was finally it's not a child, which is like so fucked up.
I don't think it's wrong to describe it like that feeling, not the feeling of death, but the feeling of world events as like a little bit of relief.
Well, it was a relief that it wasn't a child for
Yeah.
me. That was like my initial, which is very disturbing to like. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy that was like my first thought, but it really was. I was like, oh my God, finally, it's not
Yeah.
children. So yeah, there was this CEO shot in broad daylight in New York.
Of UnitedHealth. I think it's
He's,
called.
by the way, he's not the CEO.
No?
No, he's the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, I think. But there's like another. He's like actually farther down than the actual CEO.
Interesting.
of
Yeah,
the
I
whole
find it
shebang.
interesting. It's a little bit tricky to talk about like 1%ers and CEOs and just the owners of companies because CEO doesn't, as far as I know, it's chief executive officer, which is like a role within the company. Sure, it's high ranking. That's why we use the term often as like a catch-all, but it doesn't mean like the person necessarily who created it, but it is a big decision maker.
Yeah. Like you're a big player in the company. So I think I was talking to my therapist about this, and I think it's kind of interesting to bring up here because I was exploring all of the feelings that I had after, like, seeing this happen. And, you go through all these feelings and you feel a little bit of guilt that you're not like sad about it, right? Like, because at the end of the day, someone died. And I do try to keep that in mind. Like, there is a ripple effect when someone dies, right? It's not like it's in a vacuum. Like, this person had, you're deciding for a lot of people how their life is going to go for the next, however long they're alive for,
Right.
if that makes sense. And you have to, like, keep that in mind. I mean, we have to keep our humanity. We can't, like, fully just, I know Twitter and stuff, we really want to go down that path, but...
Well, it's fun. It's this mixture of like lightheartedness with the topic.
And apathy, right? And I was talking to my therapist about it, and I was like, why was I like feeling not sad about it? Like, am I a bad person? And what we kind of arrived at, or what I've arrived at for myself, and I do think this is what it is for most people, is that there's this need for accountability in the world that we're living in that isn't being delivered. And because there's no accountability being delivered, somebody deciding to take it into their own hands in a way is relieving or feels like, something's happening. But you have to like draw that back and remember that like none of us have the authority. No human being really has the authority to administer that accountability. And it's like a really dangerous path to go down of like, oh, well, this person is qualified to make these decisions. None of us are qualified to make that decision, which is really hard to sit with. Like, I don't have an answer beyond that, right? Like, that's kind of where I'm sitting with it. But I wanted to at least give a bit of a nuanced take with it because I understand the apathy and for some people, the feeling of justice that a lot of people are feeling, especially like the healthcare system. 30% denial means that most people have at least someone close to them that they know that has been denied some pretty important like healthcare from that company. So you can't be shocked that people are like apathetic at best and celebrating at like worst.
I see.
So I try to keep that in mind.
I like that you're giving this a more nuanced take because it is. I was just going to go into it fucking hooting and hollering, getting real excited about it.
I mean, it is very tempting to like. I mean, I obviously like. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, you are definitely that way, but it is good. It's a more of an adult take, but it is frustrating. Even like you need to be responsible when talking about these things, especially on a podcast where people are going to see.
Yeah,
but it's like just like realizing like you're saying. Well, let's think about this from like 3 different dimensions.
Yeah.
And then you're like, yeah, but no one's looking at fucking Palestine from 3 different dimensions. And it makes you feel sick to your fucking stomach.
It does. It does make me angry that there is a, and I did talk about that as well.
Like some random fucking CEO.
I know.
There's
so much value in certain people's lives and no value in, especially when you're talking about innocence, like these, I've seen so many horrible videos of children in Palestine. And then you see like this like pretty, like, I'm not going to lie. When you look at the footage of him being shot, it seemed pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And in my brain, because I've been inundated with this horrific footage that's happening, there is an anger of people who are like crying over this CEO. There's just a lack of nuance that we don't seem to like want to bring over to.
Well, it's interesting. I think the topic of suffering is a very important one, and I think it's something that we don't often like. Why do we not value that? It
feels like we don't value that at all.
Suffering, yeah.
Like
we don't.
I have always been in the camp that, to me, torturing someone, in my opinion, is as bad, if not worse, than murdering someone. I
might have to think about it more, but on instinct, I agree.
Yeah, because that torturing someone is, I don't know, to me, like, none of us asked to be born. And now that we are born, all of us are just trying to exist, avoiding pain as much as possible. Yeah. Like, I've been in a lot of pain, and I've been like, I'd rather be dead.
What's crazy as well? Like, a lot of the pain that we avoid objectively is not that bad.
No, I know.
But we avoid it like the plague because that is still pain, that is still suffering.
Yeah, and we don't, like...
Not wanting to leave the house because you're scared that you might have to interact with someone.
Or it's cold.
Or it's cold, yeah.
Right? Like, I just think about, like, it's Buddha, right? He was like, life is eternal suffering. And I remember the first time hearing that, and I'm like, fuck, yeah, it is. It actually is. And our whole experience is just trying to avoid as much suffering as possible. So suffering in, like, a way of, like, torturing or, like, you think about what's happening, and again, not to make people think about this, but I think it's important to at least think about it sometimes. Like, there are children in Palestine being operated on with no drugs to help them. People are getting amputations. I remember hearing this, like, person was telling the story. They were in Lebanon when the civil war was going on in like the 70s, and they were a writer for an American news company, and they were walking down the street in I think it was in Beirut, and he looked over to the side and saw a bunch of women who were lined up to get bread, and he watched them get, shot down as they were like lined up, basically. And his only thought was how stupid of them to bunch up like that, because he was so like desensitized. He ended up getting shot himself, and he realized that he was in a section of Lebanon where there was no power. And he happened to very luckily be right next to a hospital that had no power, but there were people still in the hospital. They saw him outside. His leg needed to be amputated. And he did it with no anesthesia. He had nothing. They just gave him a broom to bite on. And he was talking about how it is so easy to be removed, even when you're in it, to be removed from the suffering until it's you. And you realize, like, holy shit, I have been so indifferent to people going through this. So I think about, like, the children in Palestine, mothers who are giving birth every single day with no help.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are there's just so much suffering that isn't valued. We only ever talk about the death.
Well, while you were talking about that, I was envisioning like the dichotomy between like you could be in it, and still you don't really feel much, until it's you.
Until it's you.
I'm thinking about like a lot of homeless people in America and how, I mean, on this video that I'm working on, I mean that's like kind of a sticking point for me. This like pro-life debate basically, which is like how much suffering do you want to put onto a person or force, a person to go through for the sake of just, this vague idea of life and how it's innately good and innately important.
I think I'm way too existentially
like, to even have
that opinion
discussion,
anymore. That life is inherently good.
It's it's super silly, especially when you realize how many pro-life people legit, like, measurably do not care once, like, the child is born. It's like legit. And I realize that there's like this religious component, like Catholic component, where it's like, well, it's convenient for them in a way because
suffering is life.
Well, no, I was going to say, but it's convenient also in the way that the unborn child is the most pure, like, sinless creature.
Right.
And then it's like, well, as soon as it's born, it's kind of like, it's already sinning.
It's already sinning.
Yeah, by breathing.
Yeah, literally.
So it does make it easy to be like, your life.
Yeah, figure it out.
You got the gift. Good luck.
Yeah.
Swim
upstream and redeem yourself for all the sins of everyone before you, basically.
And I'm reminded of, like, you watch some of these, like, YouTube videos, like some of these documentarians who are looking at the homeless population and how I remember watching this brutal one of this woman with her leg that was just broken in 5 different places. Yeah. And it's just like, she never got help for it. And it's just like healed fucked.
Yep.
So like, she's just living her life like it in this constant crazy fucked painful state.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of suffering, and like I know for her she's probably gotten to a point where like her barometer is like way out of whack from the average person. So yes, I'm sure that objectively she probably doesn't consider her day-to-day that bad, but that's what you need to do to like live.
That's you just cope, constantly basically are adjusting to whatever you're like. And that's kind of like also something that I've really been sitting with a lot lately is like, we love black and white, right? Life and death, very simple. Like, you take someone's life, you're bad. You give someone life, you're awesome and epic and cool. And there is no discussion of like suffering, because you get into a gray area, and a gray area of accountability, in the same way that like when we were just talking about the CEO, like it becomes very gray of like accountability. And it's like, okay, murder is bad. that is objectively true. Like murdering you as a human being should never be able to decide when someone else's journey is done. Objectively, right? But like accountability in the sense that like that CEO himself objectively was doing really bad things. In my opinion, denying people healthcare that they can't afford is murder, right? Like if you're being honest about it, if someone cannot afford like chemo treatment for something that has like an 80% survival rate, you are murdering them.
It is interesting though, like this topic in particular, because I haven't looked into it intensely myself, but I could see some Martin Shkreli types, the one who jacked up the price of
$500
or whatever it was for the cancer drug.
Yeah.
Where when push comes to shove, like they will argue like no one is going to die because they're charged more. No one is going to be denied healthcare, life-saving healthcare kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they kind of like always like live with this idea of like, oh no, it's not stopping anyone from getting care. It's not stopping anyone from getting treatment.
Yeah.
Everyone can get treatment. It just might bankrupt you for life kind of thing.
Right. But then you have like
at worst
these situations where like,
I think that's how it works. If you guys understand in the comments of like legitimate examples of like, you essentially like, oh, you can't pay for this, you can't get it.
Well, okay,
let me know.
Canadian, so this is harder for me to understand, even less so than you.
Yeah.
But I do know, so here's some examples of things that I have heard that have like, I wouldn't say have killed people, but have definitely been shit, right? So like endometriosis, in order to actually get diagnosed with it, you have to like go into the like womb in the body and like scrape away these pieces of flesh that have kind of like developed. And the only way you can actually be diagnosed with endometriosis is during the operation. So there's these coverage or like healthcare packages that say, yeah, we would cover it if you were diagnosed.
Right.
But
okay, it's a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you can get denied.
Right.
So like there's all these things that kind of play into like, even if you do want to get like an operation for endometriosis, a lot of these healthcare providers don't have surgeons in their coverage.
Right.
So you just have to pay.
Yeah. Okay, this is reminding me, I mean, I hate to bring it back to this video I'm working on, but it's probably not going to get included anyway. But this reminds me, like a lot of people, like Ben Shapiro, would look at these cases. Like there were a couple of women, I think in Louisiana or Georgia, who died as a result of the abortion laws in Georgia. And he basically like went through them and sort of argued like these two women didn't die because of the abortion laws, because there is an exception granted for ectopic or life of the mother or any of these things.
Yeah.
And so he can go through and basically be like, essentially without saying it, like they died on their own because of their like negligence or lack of whatever. When you interview the woman and the woman's family, they will literally say she didn't go to the hospital because she was afraid of what the laws were and that she would be denied healthcare.
Go to jail.
Or go to jail.
Which has happened.
Yeah. So it's an interesting game that it seems like a lot of these people play, where it's like you aren't actually, you're looking at the law, you're being very like analytical and be like, well, in the smartest case, you actually wouldn't have been prevented from doing anything.
The crazy thing is, though, it's like ignoring humanity completely.
Yes.
Because you're like ignoring what a doctor has to worry about. You're ignoring the consequences.
You're ignoring the socioeconomic status of the woman who's like literally taking fentanyl or whatever to abort her baby in the first place because she's fucking terrified and uneducated.
Well, there's also been cases, one of the worst cases, the saddest cases I ever heard was there was a woman, I believe she was a black woman, who went in because she was experiencing a miscarriage. And they started accusing her of taking drugs and inducing the miscarriage via drugs. She had never taken drugs before in her life. She kept saying, test me, test my blood, like I am not taking drugs. And they would not, they were berating her as if she was a criminal, and they were treating her as if she was a criminal because she was experiencing a miscarriage and she just happened to be black. So like, there's this fear of like, they're just going to assume things about me.
Yeah.
And so there's, of course, like if you're afraid of going to jail, if you're afraid of like, you know, a lot of these situations are extremely complicated, and there's a lot of human error and a lot of human decisions going into things, and there's biases, and like even if you think you're being as objective as possible, just like AI is incredibly racist and incredibly like what's the word, like
influenced by
it's influenced by our racism and our internalized like incorrect views about gender and everything else.
Biases, I guess.
There's biases.
Fine,
and to expect like these rules to be concrete and that they're always going to be, it's just so incredibly
it feels like
cold. It's just debate
people
board
even using
shit.
people using that as like, I don't know, as an example is kind of like, I mean, they don't understand how laws work, basically, because this is what laws are.
Yeah,
like
no, definitely.
You know,
like laws are made to be interpreted.
Yeah,
there's a reason why we have judges and we have like case law and like things are meant to be interpreted. And the problem is that the system that we have, which is incredibly flawed, interprets things poorly. Like we're very bad.
Well, and it's exactly why many of these women, I think specifically there's a case in Texas. There's actually quite a few cases in Texas where these women with ectopic pregnancies were denied health care.
Yeah.
And, you know, thankfully, I think this woman has resources and went through all the proper channels to even like seek justice, some sort of like, you know, outcome for her like mistreatment. And they won. They won in the courts because it was, you know, it was bullshit. She was denied treatment for ectopic pregnancy. She went out of state, got it, got the abortion, and had to come back and basically be like, what the fuck?
So insane. It's just so I guess like really the point of this conversation for me, or at least what I've really been sitting with, is like there's a lot of lack of accountability in the world, I would say right now, and in America. And I want accountability. I think we all want accountability. The problem is that there's not really, our systems are so broken that no one can administer accountability properly. And we are very bad at the gray area of things.
Yeah.
Like we just don't want it to be real. That things are on a spectrum.
Just look at our Donald Trump's like cabinet picks.
I know.
Like, what about accountability there? It's like we have the fucking owner of the biggest company in America that is in charge of transparency.
Yeah, I know. It's so
not transparency, efficiency.
Efficiency
of the government.
Yeah, government efficiency.
And yeah, we're already hearing news about how there's like conflict of interest already with like Rivian,
big oil as well. The environmental
wouldn't shock me.
Yeah. No, they're doing like a bunch of crazy shit.
Yeah. It's very scary.
So,
but don't worry, guys. We have some lighthearted topics
that's true.
for this video.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. We talked.
Oh, no, it's good. Okay. I think that, to be honest, I think our fans, people who watch, do want to hear about topics like the CEO and the fucking... We're just calling the CEO. I don't even know that fucker's name.
Brian
Johnson?
Thompson or some white... The whitest.
No, Brian Johnson's the guy who wants to live forever.
Oh, well, I got some...
With,
well, lucky him.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean, lucky him?
Well, it wasn't him.
Oh, true.
Because he wants to live forever. I mean, it's just, hey, lucky you.
Valid. Wait, okay, so let's like refresh. I mean, I know we're kind of past it at this point. We're assuming everyone knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But I just want to reflect on the fact that the person who had killed the CEO guy had written, what, defend? No, depose? Deny? Defend, depose.
Yeah.
On the shell casing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that was like when I was like, oh, okay, this is like
this is serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this person thought about. He apparently traveled from Atlanta to stay in a hostel, and when he was in the hostel, he like flirted with the person who was running the hostel. So he like pulled his mask down. That's why they had the picture of him with, like, why are they? If there's one thing we have to admit, the police are really good at making him seem really cool.
Yeah.
Because why would you? They're like, oh yeah, he was flirting with the fucking hostel. Look at this. Look at his flirty, nice smile. He wrote like the most badass like vigilante shit on the bullets that he left. Look at him. They released the footage where they were like, look at him. He knew that the silencer would jam his gun, and he was like coolly and calmly reloading it, and is very like well trained. And then he got away on his city bike, and no one knows where he is. Like they made him sound like he was like the coolest guy ever.
I will say, I've can you go to the TikTok, see if it will show?
Yeah.
Okay. This is just a little shirt.
Like,
oh no.
look at that.
Defend, deny, depose. Whoever made this shirt is fucking selling like a hotcake.
Yeah. And there's like artists that are like they literally, the cops really, I think the cops have a hard on for him.
Yeah.
I think they think he's cool.
I will say, I was trying to find it. I can't find it right now, but it was a woman on the news who was like
Humna.
No, she wasn't Humna.
That'd be funny.
But she was she had like the most bootlicking description of this guy.
Oh.
She was like making fun of him for like smiling at the hostel worker or whatever. Like I forget what it was. Like,
look at this loser.
it
smiling.
was kind of it was something like that.
Well,
And it just felt so. I'm like, well, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Have no opinion.
I know.
Over like this little fucking rat's getting what's coming to him.
Someone was like, the one that made me laugh was like, someone was like, a professional hitman goes to Starbucks. And it's like, no one said he was no one said he was a professional hitman. And two, if he went to Starbucks and still has managed to get out of the state,
that's very hitman-esque.
That makes him sound cooler.
Yeah.
So he went into a fucking Starbucks and got a drink.
Let me tell you, if I was ever involved in a hit, having to do it, complete a hit.
Yeah. You're having a macchiato before.
Hell no. Hell no.
No, you're going to a hipster coffee shop.
I'm trying to think how that actually plays out, like that day, a day in the life of the hit. And it's like fucking wake up in a cold sweat. It's 2 a.m. No sleeping.
Oh, damn. You're not sleeping?
Because I'm so nervous about my hit.
Okay, but then you're not a hitman.
That's what I'm saying.
But
That's what I'm saying. That's why the macchiato guy is legit.
Okay. I understand what you're saying.
It's because the average person, they couldn't fucking hack that.
I would have shitted my pants.
Yeah.
On the way to do it. And then he would have turned around and saw me before I could even shoot him because he would have smelled me.
True. He's like, what the heck is that?
Turns around, I'm freaking trying to unload the gun.
You're quivering.
Shaking.
Oh, crap, I put the wrong bullets in this thing.
Oh, crap, what the heck? Why'd I put a buckshot in my freaking revolver?
It's like sticking out of the little compartment.
It's like diagonally sticking in there in the,
You're like, all right, I'll fucking hit it old school style. You try to like take your...
Blows up in my hand.
Just blows your hand off.
And then the fucking... Moist Critical makes a video where he goes, that's a bump stock, idiot. Or whatever.
It's a bump stock. It's actually a magazine, not a clip.
Not a clip. Here's my banana clip, for example. It holds 5 bullets, but not 6 because that's illegal.
Well, banana clip would probably hold quite a few.
No, in Canada, we were like learning about gun laws. They're different now. Canada's taking semi-automatic rifles out of Canadians' hands.
Oh, cool.
And donating it to Ukraine right now. I'm not even kidding.
Dude, what a
real.
cool, yeah.
But
News.
when I was in policing, we learned that you can have a banana clip, but it has to be a certain amount of bullets held in the banana clip.
That makes sense. So it's basically, I think they have something like that in California or elsewhere, where basically, if you want the appearance of a banana clip because you like that look on like an AK-47 or something,
Eastern, terrorist look.
Yes. Yeah, if you want that look, they actually accommodate that. Like that's an idea.
Oh, that's sick.
Whereas like normally it would hold more than an average clip or whatever.
Wait, this is like a push-up bra.
Yeah.
For the gun world.
But it doesn't go down all the way.
Okay. So, like
it might not even before banana clip. It might actually just be, there's a lot of clips, but it's like in California, you're only allowed 8 in there at once, but this would normally hold 30. So it stops up here. It is a push-up bra.
It's a push-up bra.
That's funny.
For guns.
I might be making that up. Let me know if I'm making that up in the comments.
No, I hope it's real.
I'm pretty sure I'm not.
I hope it's real.
That's cool.
But yeah, so the Starbucks thing, like every time they try to do better at making fun of him.
Yeah.
Or don't make fun of him because every time people do, it makes him sound like you're making
comments to yourself.
yourself.
Don't make fun of the hero.
The hero. God damn it.
Oh, speaking of which, I got to mention the eavesdropping I did at the gym.
Oh, God, yeah.
I actually heard of some CEO gunman
chatter
opinions, chatter at our local gym.
Yeah.
So there was like a trainer who was like training. Man, he's such a chatterbox.
He is,
all trainers are fucking chatterboxes.
No, but he's like especially. I've heard him politically chat. Quite a few times.
Okay, so I was doing my fucking split squats on the bench next to this trainer, so close, and he's training this woman. She's like not old. She's like middle-aged Seattle woman. So you can take a guess what her politics are.
And what she looks like.
Yeah, if she's on the side of the gunman or not.
Yeah, guess below. Is the middle-aged white lady from Seattle pro or anti?
Well, I will say normally it would be anti, but we're in Seattle. That's the giveaway.
Seattle. That's important.
Yeah.
Pro or anti gunman?
And he broaches the subject in the weirdest fucking way. They need to be doing their fucking like chest press or whatever. But here, let me demonstrate. Go to the wide.
Okay.
She's sitting in front of him at the, on the bench. And he squats down like this.
What? I didn't even hear this.
Yeah, he squats down like this and he's like, so, what do you think of the CEO getting shot? That's like pretty messed up, huh?
I like that he ends it with like pretty messed up, huh?
Yeah. He didn't I don't remember exactly how he phrased it or how he even broached it, but it was like very direct. He brought it out of nowhere.
I need to add some very important context to this. This guy is European as fuck. I think specifically like from Belgium or French or something. He's like in that region of European and definitely like moved to the US recently-ish. Mm-hmm. So I think that's important.
But he basically just, he didn't ask her opinion necessarily. He was just looking for confirmation because he did that thing where he was like, I wrote it down specifically what he had, more specifically. This is more accurate because this was only like 5 minutes after he said it. Oh, yeah, he basically said, like, we can't just shoot people we disagree with.
We can't just shoot people we disagree with is it's definitely a blue tick reply on Twitter.
That is good. That is a blue tick reply. God, I love that. But, yeah, he... I was so stoked as I was hearing this. I was like, oh my God, where's this going to go?
Yeah.
I fucking got on my phone because I needed to leave. I finished my workout and Nisa and I were switching. And I just went on fucking Instagram and I was pretending like I was totally engaged in all this like fucking boxing content on my feed. I was just like, Like I was
Yeah.
like opening my mouth as I was watching it to make it look like I was enthralled.
I love that.
And there's this long pause. She was stammering over her words for like fucking 10 seconds.
Man.
And she basically, to summarize what she said, it was basically like, yeah, but it's what you have to expect, if you're going to be, denying so many claims and, the American people for where they're at, like it's expected, basically.
Yeah. The Hassan reply.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
exactly.
the Hassan reply.
Yeah. Well, what country are you living in?
Yeah.
What are the conditions of the people within that country?
Yep. Is it a shock? This is what happens.
This is kind of this is how it goes.
Yeah. But I think it's really awesome that you got that tidbit because I've heard so many people say like, oh, it's only people online that are apathetic and or understanding of the gunman.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Because that lady
Yeah.
definitely is not an online person.
Yeah. She might not be fucking retweeting like the jokes about it
Yeah.
and the fucking
But there's a
call to
sentiment,
arms. But
there's a sentiment that's clearly, at least in Seattle, which it's Seattle. So.
Yeah.
But I wish more. I've noticed this about Canadians and Europeans. We don't understand the etiquette of America. You can't just bring up politics randomly in public, especially to people that you don't know that well. You can't do that.
It was absurd. This guy is like trying to maintain clients, and he goes right into.
He was talking about.
Fucked up. The CEO got shot, huh?
Yeah, there was that one, and then during Trump running for president.
Oh yeah.
He was also having many conversations with clients about that.
Crazy.
And I was like, damn, bro, you're just getting right into it.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Kind of cool to be like that disconnected from the culture.
Yeah.
Like I've heard from like friends in Silicon Valley who are like, more conservative brained.
Yeah.
That are like, oh man, my workplace is like fucking 90% wokies. Well, how am I to live here?
Yeah.
How am I to communicate? And keep my voice to myself. Meanwhile, this European guy in Seattle is just like going around causing a ruckus.
He loves it.
Yeah.
He's so and as a Canadian, it's the same thing. Like you are. It's changing now, I would say, but like our country was not in a place where like anybody's opinion would ever like be life or death.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Like it wouldn't ever offend anybody. It's like, okay, I get you like oil. I get it, but in the U.S., you can't.
I do like the idea of America coming to the point because I do think part of it is the gun laws. I think it is just feeling more safe overall to be able to broach those subjects without it being hostile.
Yeah, I agree. But it is so hostile.
I love the idea of the U.S. getting to that point.
Even if you bring up, like, if we were somewhere and you brought up, like, politics in general and it was just a little bit louder, like if you weren't whispering, people would like fucking look at you weird. That's what I've kind of observed here.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's not culturally what I was used to. It took me a long time to get used to that. So listening to the European, I'm like,
it's such a weird battle as well because people won't talk about it in public, but they'll drive around their cars with big flags on
know.
It's like, what the
I know.
fuck?
And I swear to God, it reminds me of, I saw this clip recently of this woman who was filming this really angry bald guy that was in his truck. He was like blasted. I think he had like Trump flags and stuff on his truck, and he got out and he was getting really close to her and he was like, touch me, touch me, touch me. Kept saying touch me over and over again, like, ooh, he said I would hit you.
He called her bald.
Yeah.
Or him bald.
Him bald. Because he was like, oh, I would so hit you if you were over 18.
Was a Trump thing?
It was a Trump thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I only that's like a legendary video online.
Yeah, of her calling him bald.
Yeah.
But like, that mentality of like, because once he found out that she was over the age of 18, because she was like, I'm 19, baby, he goes, touch me, touch me, touch me. Because he wanted an excuse to like get his anger and violence out. And I do think people who have like a bunch of political shit on their...
They're kind of
waiting for a touch me moment. They're basically saying, touch me, touch me, touch me. Just driving around. That's the vibe that I get. I don't know, like...
well, the vibe is also just like... I don't know. A lot of people just can't like hack it.
Yeah.
And they, you know.
Oh my God.
Okay, that's called a Rottweiler fart.
Did she just fart?
Yeah.
I wonder if that picked up on the mic. It was so loud. She went and stretched out and just ripped ass.
Yeah, I don't think they're often having conversations about it because they don't really want their opinion changed, or they don't really want to know that it's like a more nuanced idea,
Yeah.
like loving Trump.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Like, why
voting
do
for
you
Trump's
love
one thing, loving Trump,
Yeah.
promoting Trump, that's a whole nother thing. So I think for them,
Trump weddings.
yeah, I think I don't know, they're probably lacking a little something.
I think therapy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Self-love.
for sure. I should have
Community.
drove around with fucking big Kamala flags. Looks like the exact same, but
flags.
like big lifted trucks.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it
yeah.
just says Harris.
Harris.
No, it wouldn't even say Harris because that's too manly.
Yeah, yeah.
It just says Kamala.
With a female sign.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And the future is female.
The future's female, and you wear your pussy hat or whatever, the
Yeah.
pink pussy hat.
I'd be so confused.
Yeah.
I get out of the car, I'm all tatted out. I got
Yeah.
a trucker hat on that has the American flag on it.
True. That would be confusing.
Okay, cool. Well, I think we have talked this into the ground
Oh yeah.
in a good way. Positive. Parentheses only positive. Now, I don't know if you guys recall, but at some point we talked about the Gunch.
I'm so excited about this.
The Gunch is this amazing dog that's green.
Well, the Gunch is a cryptid.
The Gunch is a cryptid. I mean, I'm kind of spoiling it a little bit, but the Gunch is a cryptid. It's a variety. It was named after the Grinch.
It is. The Gunch is
Because of its appearance.
in spirit. You know, the Gunch comes in very many different variations, but at its core, he is green and he is mean,
Yeah.
and he's here to steal Christmas.
Okay. I thought you were going to rhyme with green and mean. I thought you were going to say, and he's here to cream.
Oh no, he's not here to cream.
Okay, good.
He's not here to cream.
I will say this is a visual component. So if you are listening, I'm going to do my best to give you guys an experience, which is why we're not going to get too... I'm just going to say it like it is. I'm going to refer to these guys as gunches, but just know that the gunches are fucking dogs that are colored green, like real life dogs colored green.
Also, I am dressed for the occasion. I'm fully green except for my boots.
Yeah.
I'm gunched up.
It is a dark green.
It is a dark green, but they get the.
Oh, before
I'm
we
gunched up.
start, I do want to shout out.
Oh yeah.
I got my webbed elbow, baby.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
A beauty.
The internet for some reason loves to say that that's a
beauty.
white supremacist tattoo. The internet. We asked Josh. Josh has been tattooing for like because I'm so curious. He's been tattooing for 20 years, and he was taught by some of the greats. And we said, "Have you ever heard of it being a white supremacist tattoo?" And he like looked at us really confused, and he was like, "No, prison maybe sometimes, but that's it." And I was like, "Oh, the internet told us it was a white supremacist tattoo." And Josh goes, "Well, that's what the internet's for, lying."
Lying.
So,
But I mean, it's one of those things on elbows. Fucking what are these areas called? Not the weenus, but like areas where the skin bunches,
fulcrum.
where it's hinged.
What is it called?
Anyway, knee, elbow, etc.
I said it the other day.
Those areas are so awesome with a web, dude.
Yeah,
nothing beats that.
It's just look at it stretch. Woo!
You could do something like a fucking
Flower,
like a spider, or flower.
Heart.
Spider
in the
wouldn't be
middle.
as good though. This like is fully legit. Anyway, let's start the Gunch battle.
Okay, Gunch battle. Wait.
Hey, all you lovely little lepers. I have some bad news and some good news. The bad news is we're interrupting the show. The good news is, with good information, go onto our Patreon because we post once every 2 weeks an exclusive thing we call the Bog, which is no holds bar. What's a no holds bar?
I don't know.
It's no holds bar. Go check it out. Dane, you know how you said you don't like subtitles popping up and spoiling what's about to happen?
Yeah.
I've noticed that I'm starting to identify shots that essentially spoil what's going to happen next.
Yes. There's the car crash shot.
Yeah.
It's like a side. It's
driving,
like the side,
and it's like,
yeah.
you fool! What the fuck? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, that is a trope for sure.
Yeah.
The car crash shot is infamous.
Okay, guys, this is Gunch Battle 2024. How this works? You can go back.
Okay.
How this works is that you are going to pick a fighter. You can play along. I'm going to read it so you guys can pick one auditorially as well. First up, we have Subang Gunch. If you don't know what these names mean, that's fine. There will be clarification when we go to each of them. This is a tournament. They're going to be competing against each other.
Okay.
And the winner was chosen by AI.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So there will be a winner, and there will be a description. Okay, so we got Subang Gunch. It's a, I don't know, Labrador-sized dog that's colored a dark green.
He's pretty long.
Forest green. Yeah, he is very long.
He looks like he treks around on someone's property and makes sure nobody's up to no good.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
There is the classic Gunch. This is the one that pops up when you type in Gunch on Google. There's Martian Gunch, which is just Marvin the Martian's dog.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce this. I got it before the show, but I've lost it now. Biliverdin Gunch, which biliverdin, I'll explain it later, but basically it's a substance that makes this Gunch green.
He's a puddle of puppies.
He's a puppy. It's a little Labrador puppy. Not Labrador, Golden Retriever. This one is the watergunch salad.
That one's my favorite. I'm picking the watergunch salad.
This is the classic one.
Yeah, I love him.
The gunchworm, he reminds me of like a Beetlejuice type character. This is just from some woman on...
he looks very sweet.
Person on Instagram. I think they're an artist. Then we have the green grass gunch, which is just like a kind of a long-haired poodle guy with who's been rolling around in freshly cut grass.
So he's gunchified himself.
Yes. And then lastly, we have marble gunch. This is a little dark green mound that is laying on marble. Like a marble floor.
Wait!
Nothing more to say about it.
Oh my god. I was interpreting it as like the top of the head of a dog that's in a cup. Which is, now that you've explained it, now
I think I can look at it on how you envisioned it. I'm trying, but I can't.
Well, okay, the marble gunch, he's
okay. So everyone who's watching, pick your fighter. I wish you the best. Here we go.
I'm picking watergunch salad.
All right.
What are you picking?
I'm not picking anyone because I made it.
Oh, that's true.
All right. First up in the bracket is Classic Gunch versus Green Grass Gunch. The context, by the way, for the Classic Gunch is that it came from, I think, a Tumblr post. Someone posted or whatever and said, "Oh, this is the Gunch." Like it was some realization.
I really, really like that. Does add to it. Yeah.
I did give a little bit of a description for each of these and a little bit of context, so the AI actually has something to pull from.
Yeah.
I also did submit the pictures of them, so the AI knows what each of these things are.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
The victor of the first battle is the Green Grass Gunch. Its calm demeanor and potential physical advantage, coupled with the element of surprise, give it the edge over the emotionally vulnerable Classic Gunch. Congratulations to the Green Grass Gunch.
The emotionally vulnerable?
Yeah, I did describe it as, I didn't describe it as emotionally vulnerable. Yes, I described it as a bit dejected and sad. Next up is Martian Gunch versus Marble Gunch. So here you can kind of see the context of where I found this Marble Gunch.
Yeah.
It was a Reddit post, and I just thought this was so funny. It came with like 4 pictures. It says, "What dog is this and why is it so green?" Martian Gunch versus Marble Gunch, a clash of the green. This is a tough one. Martian Gunch has the advantage of potential alien technology and a confident demeanor. However, its reliance on technology could be a weakness if it malfunctions or is disrupted.
True.
The Marble Gunch, on the other hand, has an air of mystery surrounding it. Its unknown magical abilities and calm demeanor could give it an edge. Ultimately, the outcome of this battle is uncertain. It could come down to a clash of wills and a sprinkle of magical chaos. I'd say it's a close call, but I'll give the edge to marble gunch.
Whoa!
Its mysterious nature and potential for unexpected abilities make it a formidable opponent.
The unknown.
The unknown.
It's the unknown.
Yeah. That one, there wasn't much information around it.
Why did they give him magic? Because marble?
Well, I did tell it in the beginning. I was like, don't rely purely on physicality of like what is bigger, because I didn't want it to be biased. I didn't want it to be like, oh, this dog's a Labrador versus a Chihuahua. The Lab's always going to win.
Yeah.
So I said like, use elements of magic, of the spirits, religion, mystery, the unknown, all of that. Okay, so Subang Gunch, it says, this is a Facebook post. It says, remember this Hulk green dog in Subang Bestari? He's been rescued by the way, Subang is like a suburb in Malaysia.
Oh.
He's been rescued by Mun Mun Furry Sanctuary. He was not abused or sprayed with color. He actually rolled over green dye powder at a dumping site.
Oh my God.
You know dogs like to roll over grass. The green color dissolved and came off when washed with shampoo. He's healthy and well fed. Some construction workers have been taking care of him, and he's known as Baki.
Oh, man. So he chose the gunch life.
Yes. All right, let's declare a winner. After careful consideration of their strengths and weaknesses, I believe that watermelon gunch salad, it started naming it watermelon gunch salad for some reason, would emerge victorious in a battle against Subang Gunch.
Yes!
It also kept writing gunch as Gunche.
Oh, French.
Watermelon gunch salad's combination of size, strength, and potential elemental powers give it a significant advantage.
Wait, he's a druid.
Or a shaman.
Or a shaman. I think a druid, though. That's cool.
Gunchworm versus biliverdin gunch. Okay, so I'm going to explain first the biliverdin thing. So when you type in green dog on Google, there's a lot of stories of dogs being born with this green pigment. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was just a natural thing. After looking into it, it is a dye, basically, but it's an internal dog dye or any animal dye.
Like for ultrasounds and stuff?
No, biliverdin is basically a bile.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a bile, and the reason that some dogs, I think other animals, mammals, can come out this color is because when the dog is in the womb, it will some of the mother's bile will like leak into go into the amniotic fluid that surrounds the dog.
Yeah.
And that's why it's only one dog, is because it's, I just learned this, that each of the dogs or babies have their own sac.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that. Because I was like, why wouldn't all the dogs be a little bit green or something? But, you know, when the leak happens, it's only happening to one.
Yeah.
And it rubs off not rubs off, but it like disappears in 3-ish weeks. So it doesn't last, but it does make the animal green.
It's the same for humans, you know. Like when there's twins, they each have their own sac. Yeah.
Their own sac? Mm-hmm. That's super interesting.
Yeah.
It's, what is the biliverdin.
Yeah.
They basically said it's the same thing that makes bruises green or yellowish in color.
Oh.
Same thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And gunchworm is just from an artist on Instagram. I forget what their name is.
So sweet.
But yeah, it's very sweet. Here we go. Oh yeah, Pinky Tunes.
Pinky Tunes.
I'd say it's a close call, but I'd give the edge to the gunchworm.
Whoa, that's shocking.
Its unique appearance and potential mischievous personality could give it a surprise victory. However, biliverdin gunch grows older and gains experience, it could become a more formidable opponent.
Oh, so it's like he's got to cook more.
Yeah, exactly.
Let him cook.
This one specifically, in this picture, this one was named Clover. I think this was born sometime last year.
That's so sweet that like they're named after
the color.
Green. Yeah.
Oh, it's super neat. There's a big history. There was someone named their dog Fiona because it was green. It came out green.
Aww.
There was another one that was also green related.
Yeah.
Very cool. Green grass gunch versus the marble gunch. Good luck, everyone.
I think Marble Gunch is going to take it
You
because
think
he's
so?
magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give the edge to Marble Gunch.
Gunch-A.
It's mysterious. The Marble Gunch-A. Its mysterious nature and potential hidden abilities could give it a surprise victory. However, Greengrass Gunch's calm demeanor and strategic thinking could also lead to a win.
Oh, so it's like pretty 50-50, but the edge is
out.
Marble Gunch.
You always have to tell the AI, like, fucking choose. You have to give me an answer. Because it never wants to.
Don't appease.
Yeah.
Because it knows that it's
it
knows
nonsense.
it's probably wrong.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So funny. By the way, really quick note. I looked up, I said, what? Because I was going to do this with like YouTuber dogs at first.
Yeah.
Because I thought that would be kind of interesting and can pull maybe viewers from elsewhere. I was like,
true.
let's do a bracket of whose dog would win. Like our dog Fiona versus
Kaya.
Kaya.
Yeah, because they're both big mastiffs.
Yeah, what's that guy's name? Hassan.
That guy.
I don't know. You said Kaya and it brought me to a different dimension. I was like, who the fuck is... What's Kaya?
Kaya. There's also Chica.
Chica. Oh, right.
Kaya, Chica, Fiona, Jenna Marble's dogs as well would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
They're
she's got a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll do that next time.
Yeah, we could think of a lot, I think. All of Jeffree Star's Pomeranians together.
Okay, cool.
As one.
I could do that.
Kind of like the dinosaurs.
Whoever wins,
from
they get
Jurassic Park.
a DM from the maximum damage account.
Congratulating them.
Congratulations.
I do like cool. that. Yeah.
All right, next up, we got watergunch salad versus the gunchworm.
Come on, watergunch salad.
I know. I really want him to go on. Let's see the results. Watermelon gunch salad would likely emerge victorious in a battle against grunchworm.
Yes.
While grunchworm's unique appearance and potentially mischievous personality could be an advantage, watermelon gunch salad's size, strength, and potential elemental powers give it a significant edge.
I agree.
I think it started interpreting watermelon gunch salad
as like a water element.
Yeah, the element of water.
Okay.
And they're like, whoa, that's an advantage.
True, yeah.
I should have just named one of them the gunch or something.
Gunch would have been... You should have named the one that was rolling around in the powder gunch.
Right. True. Watermelon gunch salad's farm upbringing and calm demeanor suggests a strategic mind, which could be crucial in a fight. Therefore, based on these factors, watermelon gunch salad is the likely winner of this match.
Wait, he's a farm boy?
He's a farm boy. That is the one detail I added for him.
That he's a farm boy.
Yeah, he's a working dog on a farm.
Right. We've got watergunch salad versus marble gunch, and I'm pulling for watergunch salad. I think watergunch salad is going to rip Marble Gunch's freaking head off his shoulders.
I will say the Marble Gunch is a mysterious competitor because we have not heard of this one before. I only discovered it today.
True.
And it has really shown up.
Yeah, it has. It was the dark horse.
And it kind of looks like, based on that environment, it looks like it's from...
Maybe like the Philippines?
South Asia. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting that I clocked that as the Philippines.
Yeah, well, you could see a rug in the background, marble floor, like plastic chairs, like a lot of red.
The red and the marble flooring with like the Philippines.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I'll give the edge to watermelon gunch salad.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you
Wait,
won.
I'm so excited.
I didn't even try. I wanted him to win.
Yeah.
But I said I'll go with whatever the results are.
Yeah, he fucking pulled it out.
Yeah.
He's the favorite gunch.
Its combination of size, strength, and strategic thinking gives it a slight advantage over Marble Gunch. However, Marble Gunch's mysterious nature could lead to an unexpected twist. Let's hope for a thrilling and unpredictable showdown between these two powerful gunches.
I would love to have a showdown, a gunch showdown. Yeah. I wish I was an animator because I would.
You would do it.
I would animate Marble Gunch.
You could be an animator. They're making a lot of tools these days to give incompetence an edge.
Yeah. I want to learn. I do want to learn how to animate.
I think that'd be sick. We should collab.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll animate you.
Okay. No, I'll animate too.
Okay.
Because I want to animate as well.
Oh, we'll learn to animate
I've always
together.
loved animation.
Okay, we'll take some animation classes.
Yeah.
Watergate Gunch!
Congratulations, Water Gunch. You did win. You're going to be the Gunch this Christmas. Also, I do believe, in honor of the water gunch salad, we should all strive to create a water gunch salad for this year's Christmas as part of the spread.
Wait, I'm going to do that.
You should.
Yeah, I'm going to make a watergunch salad.
It sounds delicious because I haven't had a Watergate salad or like even a Midwest munch,
yeah.
or whatever the frick it's called.
It's a
What do you want, Midwest munch or a Gardevoir grunch?
Wait, a Gardevoir grunch might freaking
that
take
sounds like it's the same thing because same color combination, green, white, and black.
Yeah.
Okay, Gardevoir gunch. Crunch.
I do want to make a Watergate salad. It sounds magical to me. So.
Is that it? Yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that little showdown.
It was fun. I had fun.
I think the key, to be honest, because I do like the premise, but I didn't finish my thought before.
Oh.
I was telling you about YouTuber dogs.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder what dog if the AI knows what our dog is.
Oh.
So I asked, what's iDubbbz's dog?
Yeah.
Like, what breed?
Yeah.
And it said, iDubbbz has a dog named Fiona. It's a golden retriever.
A golden retriever?
Yeah. And I was like, that ain't true. So I said, that ain't true. What is it really? And then it said, and this one's kind of appropriate. It was like, oh, I'm sorry. It's actually a Rhodesian Ridgeback. And then I was like, okay, I kind of know where it could be pulling that
pickle,
from.
right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Yeah. So it doesn't know, but I'm sure if you guys know, like, because to be honest, I really feel strongly that all the AIs are getting worse.
They're getting poisoned.
Yeah, I think they're getting
which is why,
super poisoned.
Can I say, and I know this is kind of wild for me to say as someone who has made their money on the internet for the past 12 years and is talking to you on the internet through a podcast, but the idea that bots and like AI and stuff is going to kill the internet and we can't use it anymore really excites me.
Oh, it's a cool idea.
Like I kind of hope that happens.
It's the thing that no one expected. Kind of.
Well, yeah, it's such an ironic ending, and I do believe that we will all get together more and hang out in person more, and that's what I want. I want to be clear. I'm not saying I hope that your communities go away. I hope that we all value in-person communities more in the future. That's kind of why I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Well, the way I'm looking at it is less in your face transformative.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same way we look at telephone technology right now, where it's like, it exists, we still use it, of course, it's important.
But we use it less.
But yeah, it doesn't, we're not like obsessed with the idea that this is the future.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a website.
Yeah.
Everyone needs, X, Y, and Z.
I'm not sending 1,000 texts to one person, for the month. I'm not obsessively lying in bed texting people 24/7. Because like when phones first came out,
that was all you.
That's all I did.
Yeah.
Was just text people.
Yeah, especially as a teenager.
Yeah, it was so bad. I had one of those BlackBerry phones with the whole keypad, and I got so good at texting with it, like I could have it under my desk, and I would like be able to like write full sentences.
That's crazy.
Not even look at it.
I sucked.
Really?
Yeah, I was one of these ones who
I was good with my Nokia too.
I refused to get a smartphone.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You were one of
those. Or
even
like a no.
The chocolate bar.
No, I'm sorry. Smartphones weren't like out yet.
They right. I had a Nokia chocolate bar first.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The brick?
I think so. Yeah, a little bit of a brick.
Or I don't know if it was Nokia, but it was a chocolate bar. It was like a brick, and you had to like click 3 times for
to get a letter.
Yeah. And I was really good with that too. I could do it with that.
Shit. Yeah, no, that's the one I had.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, these old phones. I remember dropping that phone so many times.
Oh yeah.
Shit would just like explode into 3 pieces: battery, phone, and the backing.
And you could put it back together. It was like, fine.
Boom. Done.
It was so good.
Yeah.
I loved. So I had the brick first. And then I had the the one that slid.
Oh, yeah. Those are great.
Yeah, there was the one where the brick.
Not the razor.
Not the razor. The razor was a fold.
Oh, right. Or moved in a particular way. It had an interesting function.
Yeah, but I had just the brick, and then I had the one where you slid it up, and then you.
That's sick.
And then
sliding it up and revealing the keyboard. That is amazing. I want that shit to come back.
Me too. And then I got the BlackBerry. My first smartphone was in grade 12 and I got a BlackBerry and everybody else had iPhones. And I was one of those people where I was like, BlackBerry's the future.
Yeah, yeah. That's so cool.
So,
Man, it was so depressing how quickly phones took to get what you like,
the
what we all
crabification.
wanted on it.
The crabification of phones.
No, I just mean what we all wanted. Like,
Yeah.
it took forever for like YouTube as an app that you could actually use
True.
became a thing.
Well, BlackBerry was quicker with that, I would say.
I don't think so.
I think it was.
I don't think so. I think what you're describing is like, yes, you could watch a YouTube video or something, but the process of getting there was like 12 clicks and it was disgusting.
Yeah, probably. No, you're probably right. I can't remember.
They have an old YouTube app. It was so an afterthought.
Yeah.
That for the longest time, the YouTube app icon was like an old, like shitty rotary TV. Rotary TV is not a thing. I'm just using that to describe.
The like traditional TV, like the old school.
Yeah, a tube TV.
Tube TV.
A fucking gross tube TV.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Man.
That's how much of an afterthought it was. It was like, this shit isn't the future. We're making a fucking website where you can watch videos, not a phone site.
Life is moving too fast. I was listening to this song. If you're my age or like a little bit older or even a little bit younger, there's this song that I was listening to that I really, really like. It's called Stars by Hum. And when I listened to it, my brain went back to like being in grade 8 and 9.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't know what it is about the song.
It might actually be in my library.
But my brain went back to like grade 8 or 9, and I like went back there for a second, and I can't believe how different life was back then, and how different like it felt to be alive back then.
Stars by Hum?
By Hum.
Okay.
And there was something about it that like made me realize like, holy fuck, like time is really cooking. That was like one of my first like, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
So I mean, listen to that if you're, because I don't know what it is. There's like, it's just like, it feels like a screenshot of like, what do you guys call it? Tower Records, like HMV, like Mall Rat, like,
Okay.
Scott Pilgrim, like just that
Cool.
era of time.
I like that.
So that's my music
I
suggestion.
added it to my library.
Nice.
Yeah, everyone was doing their Spotify Wrapped recently.
Yep.
And it's interesting. It's kind of cool to go through and realize who you have some musical crossover with.
Yeah.
Some people are on like different fucking planets. Yeah. And it's like, okay, that's fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
I noticed that Ted Nivison had a lot of crossover with me.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
A lot of Peach Pit, a lot of
Oh yeah, you know what? Ted
fucking-
Nivison is Peach Pit. Like his
uh-huh.
vibe is Peach Pit
Uh-huh.
to me.
But a lot of that like kind of indie rock.
Pop, indie pop, I would
Pop,
say.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then crossover with Michael Reeves as well.
Yeah, he gives me indie pop
Yeah.
vibes as well.
He's been in charge of the fucking Ox, aka I've ridden in his Tesla a couple of times, and the music that's on by default, I'm like, I fucking like this.
Yeah.
Nothing to change here.
No notes.
No notes to give. But yeah, those are the only two I can think
Vibe
of.
with.
Yeah. I mean, everyone has a little something, but
I like the variety. Like that's the one nice thing that like the internet, like music being available on the internet and decided by the consumer rather than like record labels completely is like your playlist can be
I feel
so many whatever you want. Basically.
I really want. Maybe I don't want this, but I think it's a cool thought exercise, a pondering exercise. I feel like there is so much potential of Spotify becoming a social network. Like
Yeah.
like a new nice like I don't know. It's like because you have so many genres, you have so many people listening to such a distinct fingerprint of things, and you have so many like crossover of like musical interests. I feel like it would be a good dating tool as
Yeah.
well as like friendship or whatever else.
Well, I feel like
Because you might exist in this such an interesting 0.001% of people online who obsessively listen to this one Kanye song, this one fucking Peach Pit song, and this one Mumford and Sons song. Right?
yeah.
And it would be fascinating to see what outcomes that has.
I truly believe for most people, their political compass, their moral compass even, is very aligned with the music that they listen to.
Yeah.
And you could probably really jive with people. Like, it's why people, when they see somebody who's wearing a shirt that, you know, has a band that they like, that there's an instant camaraderie because it's like, you like this because, you know, even pop music, it's like, you know, people who listen to Sabrina Carpenter, like, they're fucking laid back. They want to have a good time. They're here to have fun. And, like, if you find somebody else who's also, like, a major Sabrina Carpenter fan, you can be like, okay, you're not taking life too seriously, right? Like, there's things that you can, if you're listening to, like, punk music, like, if I walked around with, like, a Fontaine DC or, like, a Idol shirt, like, people will be like, okay, you're in that era.
Totally.
And I'm down with it, right? So I do think there is something to that. I think MySpace
something close.
You could play music on your page.
I just feel like they're so good at, like, Spotify specifically is so good at actually, like, using the data and the metrics to, like it already, like, has all of that on the back end.
Yeah. No, it's true.
I feel like they could do some really cool shit
pivot.
with that. Yeah.
I think they should pivot.
What I think is also interesting, and it could be completely backwards, is this idea that someone, like, likes a song and listens to it, like, religiously.
Yeah.
But for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? Like, the way they've interpreted the song is completely different than the majority of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is my fucking pumped up kicks.
Well, I was going to say,
school shooting song.
the one that really disturbed me was Mac DeMarco Salad Days was listened to by the shooter for the Valentine's Day shooter.
Oh, yeah.
He was listening to Mac DeMarco Salad Days, and it ruined the song for me now. Because I was like, what the fuck? Like, how do you...
Well, I think it's important. The more, like, what do you call people who do shootings that are random innocent people and has zero fucking, like, political...
Pieces of shit.
Connection. Yeah, it's, like, more, like, nihilist, right? So it's, like... In a lot of ways, it is just meaningless from the get-go. So whatever they listen to is just like whatever kind of like, I listen to this because it hypes me up.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Before my shooting.
If there's, remember when we went through that stage where we were just like saying to the Apple Siri, whatever.
Google.
Play a school shooting playlist.
Yeah.
These people have those.
They do.
It was so disturbing to listen to. It was like just knowing what people are fantasizing. Like it was so creepy.
Yeah.
And there's so many of them. It was kind of like reading someone's diary almost in a way. It was like,
I will say it is a little cliche at this point.
Yeah.
Like some of the songs people choose, like
it was Pumped Up Kicks was almost on every single one.
Pumped Up Kicks starts it, and then it's like, oh yeah, anything that's kind of like this weird melancholy, but like slightly lighthearted kind of thing.
Sometimes it was like kind of what you were talking about with like taking the song completely wrong. One of like the orchestra music from V for Vendetta. Like stuff like that. Where it's like, bro, like you could tell it was a child.
Yeah.
Like, but very disturbing.
Or just something like super, like just
upbeat.
That's just cool.
Yeah.
Like the whole soundtrack from The Matrix.
Yeah.
Where they shoot guns.
Yeah.
Something from a Jason Statham movie.
Yeah.
Crank 1 and 2 soundtrack.
Mission Impossible. I would have burst out laughing if somebody had the Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
With a trill.
God. Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Man, we should make a prank school shooting playlist.
Yeah. I do like that idea.
Yeah.
Like it's like each song that comes up just makes you fucking burst out laughing if you do find yourself like with a gun or sneaking around. Just like, what the fuck is in my ears?
Put it on. Like, It's like somebody trying to hype
It's
themselves
mocking
up
you.
for a CEO.
Yeah, the playlist that mocks the school shooters.
Yeah.
As they're doing it.
Oh man, just tuba noises and fart sounds.
Yeah.
I
I like that. I just saved one on TikTok that I really like. Actually, I don't know if it would be on here. I'll just play it through this.
Yeah.
But I really like it because I want to use it in a video. It might be copyright claim type meme, but it has such a good sounds. Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like lame elevator music.
Yeah. Wah, 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 wah. But it's a little bit like the vibe of video game.
Like a little bit Animal Crossing.
Yes.
Kinda.
Awesome. Well, we got the final 10 minutes, so we can use this time to buds. I didn't have time to look at specifically the
things people were saying.
No. So man, multitasking, not my thing.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh man, it's not wanting to give me the fucking results. I just type in YouTube. Oh, I did SMRC.
Oh, she me ruined career.
She me ruined career. But I didn't put them on the computer so that we can all look at them simultaneously.
Yes.
But I can read. Okay, so this was about the guy, South Asian guy who's cringe on TikTok from last episode.
Oh, yeah.
Wearing the lion mask.
Yeah.
His music is pretty mid, but he's based for putting it out there and having a goated message.
Yeah. Amen.
I feel I'm in agreement.
That's my summary of him too.
We also had Joaquin, and a lot of people gave us answers to Joaquin.
Yeah, it was Scorpion, right?
It was Scorpion. So I'll
Sad
play
I
it
didn't
again.
know that.
Okay, here it is.
He's saying those are the days.
Interesting. Scorpions Still Loving You.
Man.
And this one, 1727, might be David Bowie's Life on Mars, but I could be way off.
Man, that would make
I
sense.
do see where his version evokes life on Mars, though, and now I can't unhear it at certain parts.
Oh,
it's definitely Nikita by Elton John.
Oh!
I'm not familiar with that song. Nikita? Okay, I'll play it.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, I'm going to look for it now. Nikita, Elton
Are we going to
John.
get copyright claimed?
I'm not going to play. I'm just going to, they're going to hear my reaction.
Okay.
Oh. Mm-hmm. That actually makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. Like saying the word or the name Nikita is like already doesn't feel like English. So if he's saying Nikita in the song, I'd be like, oh, fuck. This might not even be English.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, that's cool. Good job, guys.
Yeah,
I'm fucking
thanks, guys.
impressed.
Yeah, the Nikita one was hard.
Yeah.
Very hard.
As someone with 2 kids, that chili healer impression was absolute shit. Lol. I haven't seen Cars, so I don't even know.
No, it's Bluey.
It's Bluey?
Bluey. Chili healer.
Oh,
her name's Chili.
Oh.
It's the mom.
I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's the mom from Bluey.
Okay.
And
Cars. I don't know why I thought that was
the only reason why I want to have kids is so I can justify watching Bluey.
Yeah.
It seems like such a good show.
It's the mom from the extremely popular cartoon Bluey. Yeah. Like, he couldn't have at least tried doing an Australian accent. When you said it was probably someone from Cars, I died. I still thought it was Cars. While reading the comment. Why would I think that?
I don't know.
It has nothing to do with a car.
No, it doesn't.
I think it's because I am so divorced from Cars and what everything is.
Yeah.
Like, Mater. I was like, I don't know why the fucking guy's Mater.
Wait, do you not know why his name is?
Oh, no, I do. Now I'm thinking about it more. Toe Mater.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't know any of the rest of them. I figure like, chili healer. It must be one of these cars must shit out chili or something. I don't know. They're all hillbillies. They probably love chili or something. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's Chili Healer. She heals us with her chili.
I don't think they're all hillbillies. I think only Toe made her
Really?
hillbilly. Yeah.
I thought they were all hillbilly. I thought it was a bunch of hillbilly cars. That's why it's NASCAR and shit. They're all racing. They're all like, give me that chili.
But like the woman car, she's like a sexy Porsche. Some of them are like Italian in some of the episodes.
Well, I ain't no shit about none of that.
Yeah, crapper.
Thank you, Cole. You also got it, scorpions. Anissa loves baking. Based. We can be baking besties. Baking is such a rewarding hobby.
I agree.
Yeah, there is a another celiac or gluten-free person, Daddy Informer, on the Discord. He just posted his gluten-free recipe that he was using to make a puff pastry.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to try his.
Yeah. It didn't seem that different from what you were doing. Made the flour from scratch or from different thingies. Yeah. The ghost face tattoo on my thigh will raise during weather changes too. I thought it was crazy, TBH.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
It's so weird when it pops out.
No one ever warns you about that. Like, no one warns you that some of your tattoos are just going to be itchy sometimes.
Yeah, and I mean, from my experience, it's always like the location, not necessarily the tattoo.
Yeah, I think maybe location and like type of ink.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, because all the ink's slightly different. The dyes that are in it are, and your body reacts to it differently.
Yeah, I mostly get on this arm, sometimes on this arm, almost never on my legs.
I get on my knee and on my leg, my lower leg, and on my wrist, my panther sometimes.
You haven't gone on your chest?
No.
Or shoulders?
No. But these were done by Jimmy.
Yeah, it's different.
And he uses different ink.
Smaller lines, too. I feel like I could always
lines.
tell with the thickness of the line.
Yeah.
But no, I think it probably has something... I'd be interested to find out if there's more like studies on that, because it happens... I think most often on people's limbs.
Yeah.
I don't think it would happen.
No, my back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I felt, your back,
Yeah.
and it has been raised. Interesting. Okay.
Hi, Fiona. Hello.
All right. You're never going to be a gunch.
You can never be a gunch, Fiona.
Elijah Lane says, love you guys. Really want a CC3 announcement. Lol. I went to CC2 and it was amazing. I'm from that area of Florida, and you guys coming was epic. Well, don't worry, Elijah. Fucking awesome things will happen in the future, but it is too early to tell.
That's all we could say for now.
To tell more. The magic totally happens during editing. It can be so fucking good when you hit the flow of it, but also the absolute worst part when you just can't put the pieces together right. By the way, you should try DaVinci. It's awesome. That's a good suggestion, because I've seen it. It's like now... like taken as seriously as any of the other editing programs. Cool. Like, editing software has come like, wow, she's loving that. Has really grown in the past like 10 years.
Something I find very interesting about when we're recording the podcast, she always comes to me to get rubbed.
She knows I won't do it.
Oh, okay. Not during the pod.
The rapping guy at 29 minutes sounds like Madverse City Jackbox game. Yeah, it does. You played that?
Yeah. I did a few times with you and Donkey and Leah and the crew.
Heat-seeking Velociraptor says, Nikita by Elton John. Good job, guys.
Nice.
I'm so impressed.
Sniped.
We have some educated audience members.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting me onto the Gunch. Well, yes, hopefully you've learned a lot more about the Gunch through today's episode.
Yep.
Joaquin sounds like that one track from Blade Runner soundtrack, Tales of the Future. Oh, interesting.
Nikita sounds like he should be in a Star Wars...
Nikita.
Joaquin sounds like he should be in a Star Wars band.
Oh, what is it? Oh.
Like singing in a Star Wars band.
In the universe?
Yeah.
I forget what that band's called. Everyone talks about it.
Yeah, the Swingers, the
Jazz Munchers.
The Jazz munchers.
What
yeah,
are they?
The swinging butt munchers.
Yeah, but it's like a location. It's a bar.
Yeah, it's a bar.
Hey, Siri. What is that bar music place in Star Wars that people reference? Oh, the cantina.
Oh, the cantina.
Right, that's the word I...
Yeah.
Okay. Gunch-cast, someone said.
Woo, it is the Gunch-cast now.
Denise's hair does look really good right now to the point where I cruised back through all the old pod thumbnails to watch how it got to this point.
That's so nice.
Sick.
Thank you. I'm doing the side part now.
Do a different thumbnail format going forward. I think I'm going to experiment more.
Okay, put Fiona in it.
Okay.
Because she looks like a big panther or something.
Yeah.
Big bear. Get a Rottweiler.
On the topic of being financially equal, I escaped a rock bottom kind of life and started dating my current partner. She, contrary to me, was financially secure and has a solid family unit that could and did support her. Since then, I found a job in a very prestigious field, and the dynamic has shifted to a point where we both contribute equally to our life. This had led to some now resolved tensions, but overall, I wouldn't be where I am had this woman not believed in me. So only dating people that have money or can contribute something at face value is not always the play and may put them in a box. It's very hard to get out of. In a box, it's very hard to get out of. Love the pod. When will we get Fiona as a guest in one of Ian's PowerPoint game shows?
Oh, well, soon.
Soon.
Soon, it sounds like. I think that's valid, but I think you're maybe underselling yourself for what you were providing even before when you weren't, like, doing well.
Mm-hmm.
I think
there's
you're not
always
being honest
something
with
that
yourself.
someone offers. It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, I mean,
She dated you for a reason, you know, even if it wasn't something like. And I want to like. I do agree with you. I think if you're only evaluating somebody on their like material value, whether it's money or whatever, but I guarantee you were doing something. Then more than nothing.
yeah.
But you know,
Potential.
yeah, I do agree with you though. It is like it's a very hard and fast. I was being loose with it for sure. I just think that if you're not working and you're not in a place where you can work, and again, like I totally get it. Like especially if you're going through mental health stuff, like you got to try your best to do what you can elsewhere for someone.
I grew up in the town that SEAL 6 team is based out of because my dad was in the Navy. I remember being at that beach on base, and my friend pointed to some building and said that was where they planned the mission to capture bin Laden. That same building was shown in one documentary I saw years later where they talked about when the SEALs were briefed on the mission in Virginia Beach before heading out. Oh, that's neat.
Yeah,
That'd be hella weird.
that would be so weird.
Yeah, that's some like dream shit.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Man, that's something that I've when I'm like reflecting back on my life, there are these like moments and things where it's like that felt like a dream, or that is like dream shit.
I'm still wondering about your open sauce experience. See anything cool while walking around? I briefly saw you two there and said hi, but haven't heard anything so far from your perspective since it ended. My fiance and I watched your Portal playthrough while on the plane to San Francisco, so thank you for that.
Oh, that's cool.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be recording more game stuff this week, I think.
Yeah,
with
hopefully
Dane.
this Wednesday.
And yeah, we should have more up. But yeah, open sauce was great. I mean, we weren't there to show or, I mean, really do many of the, like, what is it, talks or events or whatever. It was mainly to meet up with fellow tubers. So that's what we were kind of focused on. We were just kind of in the back.
It was fun though. We ran into Alex Ernst, and he was scheming about trying to make money off of his candy machines.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, we were trying to locate them because the booth that they were beside, they didn't like it being there, so they moved
I think it was Mark Rober's booth.
Yeah, it was Mark Rober's
Crunch
booth.
Labs. They were moving the candy machine. They were like, what the fuck? This doesn't belong here.
Yeah, and it was fun hanging out with people, and like the types of people who go to those events are very sweet people. So everyone we met was super nice.
Also, the vibe of new events is totally different than the vibe of like well-established events on their like, you know, like a fucking San Diego Comic-Con. It's like Will and no one knew what the fuck open sauce was going to be.
Yeah.
And
so you're participating in the culture being made.
Yeah, what is it going to be?
Which is really cool.
Yeah, and I feel that way about Creator Clash. It's just kind of like, it's the same kind of vibe where it's like, what is this? Like, we're going to find out.
Yeah.
We're going to know.
I love
We
it.
maybe have a hint. We maybe like it for, X, Y, and Z reasons, but time will tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just feels cool. It feels like, people are making stuff. And
Because they care.
Yeah, and it's a very thankless thing. Like I'm sure a lot of the people who showed up, they're not there to make a boatload of money. It's just a matter of like, people wanting to show off their cool shit and
Be a part of community.
yes, exactly.
The core, you could tell with open sauce, the core was, I want to be a part of community. And like even the talks that they had like in that theater and stuff, like you could tell everybody wanted to be there to be with each other.
Yeah.
Which is sweet.
Yeah. For anyone unfamiliar, Open Sauce is William Osmond's like nerd event, for lack of a better word. It's just basically
A nerd off.
yeah, it's a nerd off. They had tons of things going on there, a ton of different influencers. It's basically like
They had BattleBots.
Yeah.
They had Adam Savage did a talk. Mark Rober was there.
but it was meant to kind of, I think, encompass a little bit more and not be quite as like, this is for nerds only. It's kind of like, well, if you have any amount of like interest in this kind of stuff.
I think even Ludwig
A lot of
was
makers.
there.
Maker is like a new category, I feel like,
Yeah.
of YouTuber, where it's like, you're not necessarily like a fucking brainiac, but
Yeah.
you're willing to, it's a little bit more art,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Someone said ABLOL in the
I don't
comments.
know.
What was that in reference
Did we mention
to?
AB?
Maybe. Yeah, we probably did.
I feel like we
Yeah. Someone can't figure out what unbudsing means. There was this awesome screenshot. I wish Dane was here to share it. It was something like, was it Dane? Yeah, I think it was Dane. It's in my Discord. I think you guys would get a kick out of it. It's a YouTube AI generated comment.
Oh, I saw
Did you
that
see
one.
that?
Yeah.
You sent it
Dane
to
sent
both
it
of us?
to both of us in the group.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'll put it up here. Someone says, comments, I've been really appreciating the podcast. Thanks to Ian and Anissa, I got to find your awesome channel. And the comment says, I don't know who Anissa is, but glad you're here. Sunglasses emoji.
I don't know who Anissa is.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Neither do I.
It's so fucking funny.
So
What a comment, dude.
AI is such shit.
Yeah.
But it gave us watergunch salad victories.
Watermelon gunch salad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to be thankful for that.
I'll figure out. I need to figure out what AI app allows you to like fully create characters that can like log your descriptions of them, because that's what I want to do. Because I feel like that's the best use case, to be honest.
Yeah.
Is like almost like a role play thing.
Yeah.
All right. Our little Merriam-Websters, I'm glad you watched today's episode, even
Yes.
if Dane wasn't here.
We miss you, Dane. We miss you. We hope your nuts get out of the vice
Out of
of
the
your
vice.
zipper.
Yeah.
Out of the trap of the zipper. We're going to go eat lunch with our big old gunch.
Oh, lunch with the gunch.
We're going to turn Merlin into the
We
gunch.
have a giveaway to announce, everyone.
What? Oh, a gunch giveaway?
If you post a comment, your name will be in the drawing to have lunch with the gunch.
Lunch with the gunch.
There'll be moose tracks to eat, there'll be water gunch salad,
Wow.
and there'll be Gardevoir grunch to eat.
Wow.
And this fat thing will be sitting across from you at the table.
Yep.
Lunch with the gunch.
We should dye Merlin, the white parts of Merlin green, and call him the spotted gunch.
Oh, I like that. Asta.
Stop.